Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend Alex Gonzalez and myself, Jay Yee, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now, last week, I forgot what I said exactly, but I guess I thought it was going to be an app at the time, but now I think it's going to be like a thing that you put onto your iPhone or your smartphone. But it's a smartphone product, I guess. We could discuss if it's an app or an actual physical thing. But one of the most annoying things about everyone being on their smartphones in this day and age is everyone's looking down on their smartphone, right? And it's annoying because sometimes they don't see what's in front of them, right?
Mhm.
And I guess it would have to be an app because what my original idea is now it would make more sense why I thought it was going to be an app. So I guess we would have to buy an app plus like a Bluetooth thing that you put. And you would put this over your camera of your smartphone, right? And we can try to make it as thin as possible, but essentially what it's doing is directing your camera ahead. And so the reasoning for this is while you're on the phone, especially with the new iPhone, and I think Androids do this with most Androids anyway, but with the new iOS that just dropped, we can now have PIP for videos for everything except for things you have to pay premium on, such as YouTube or there's another one, but I can't think of it right now. But like
What's PIP?
Picture in picture.
Okay.
So if you're watching a Netflix show on iOS 14, you could go off of the full screen and then it'll become a small little window on the screen
Gotcha.
like
Yeah,
Skype,
yeah.
and then you can move it around while you're like on Twitter, and then you could just scroll Twitter while watching Netflix, right? And so this app would be an app that uses that feature where while you're on your phone texting or being on Instagram or TikTok nowadays, I guess, you could have this app open and it's just a little PIP on the top right of your screen and it just shows the camera ahead of you. So you could just see if in case you're going to run or bump into something.
I like that idea. On top of maybe having vibration if it senses a potential hazard.
Okay.
So if that's
Yeah.
a step down, yellow tape, or a different level change, it would just vibrate so that you know.
Yeah.
I think what would be cool on top of that would be
I think like the mirror or whatever we use in it is adjustable via probably Bluetooth is going to be everything, or unless we hardwire it in, but I don't think that would look good. So it'd probably communicate through Bluetooth, but you could like adjust the angle. So if you can't, depending on how you hold your phone, maybe you can't really see ahead. So you can like move it around using a quick, like now you could add widgets and stuff. So if you had that widget open, you could like move it up and down to see a better angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this app could serve multiple purposes too, where at night, maybe if you're traveling home at night and you're walking on foot, there can be a flashlight. And I could even see something where if something happens or the phone falls or like some kind of dead man switch, it'll call the authorities too, and it has your location.
Yeah, for sure.
That way you don't get jumped or mugged or anything like that.
Yeah. It could also definitely have, and I don't know if Bluetooth technology could do all of this. I think it can because Bluetooth can transfer some crazy data. So obviously this thing would have to come off and be charged. What I think we could do, just so, because I mean, people want to take photos with their smartphone camera. That's what it's mainly used for nowadays, right? It could be like a little thing that you attach to one side and the other side, kind of like a Switch Joy-Con slider, and you just slide the actual thing with the charging Bluetooth and all that stuff onto your camera. You know what I mean? You could just slide it off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, so there's just two little plastic things that you got to put on the side of your case or your iPhone directly or whatever you want to do. And then you could just, it's like a slider in and out thing that's pretty easy to put in and out, but also maybe like a little switch at the bottom that you got to press on both sides so you could slide it out.
And I think this idea could be scalable, where if you buy the mirror and everything, you get a basic, like you get a good app that runs that does detection for you and make sure that everything is okay. And then you can upgrade from there if you want more premium things that the app can do, unlock them, so to say,
Oh,
or
like a
just keep it at,
4.99
yeah,
premium
if you want,
subscription.
the night guard protection or stuff of that nature. But otherwise, just walking around, using apps, picture in picture, doing all that,
Yeah.
I think it could be set.
And I mean, I also think that there could be different SKUs. Like there would be the basic one, like I talked about, that's just like a little slide on, slide off thing. And then there could be one that's like a full on, just it's a case with it already built in. And then you just put in whatever phone you have into the case. And so it's just automatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And maybe that one has extra better features in terms of it's not communicating through Bluetooth anymore. Maybe the case is a direct into your lightning cable thing, and then it could have more functions that way, where like maybe it does move on its own, and maybe it has more like functions in terms of it being track what you could see and stuff like that. And maybe you could turn off, like it'll like turn off on its own, like you bring it up to take a real photo and it could just shut off completely, and then you could just see right through stuff like that, like a more
okay,
premium edition, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
instead of a subscription, maybe that's what it is. The slide on thing is just the basic, it comes with the app. And then like if you buy the premium case, then it comes with like all the extra stuff that you were talking about, like drop detection and all that.
I like that. Especially, I was trying to think about who would use this app, and I would actually. Walking the dog and playing Pokemon Go at the same time is very difficult.
Yeah.
When you have one person tugging you and you're also trying to make great, curveball cat like and flick the Pokeball on your screen. So having hazard detection on top of that would help a lot because I
Right.
have to watch out for stuff of that nature too. Broken glass.
And it can kind of keep a track of your dog too. Cause I mean, you could
Mhm.
probably see your dog walking in front of you with the camera.
That as well,
Um,
yeah, so I could adjust.
and maybe like, yeah, like the premium case that we were talking about, you could have tracking on. So in case you are walking your dog or something like that, it'll track your dog for you. Like it'll move, like keep an eye on whatever you're trying to track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Another thing I did want to mention about this product is it would also come with like a smartwatch app. And so like
Mhm.
even if you have the lesser non-premium version of it, since that can't vibrate on its own type of deal or like make your phone vibrate, it'll like make your watch vibrate, I guess. And also from your watch, you could like adjust the angle so you don't have to go to the app or have a widget on your phone type of thing. You could adjust the angle from your watch. Maybe on I don't know how other watches work, but on the Apple Watch you could use the dial and just move the angle with the dial on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, just like an added feature, because not all app makers make an app for the
And
watch, and this one I think could benefit from it.
And you could also, when you first install and get the case and everything, it'll have you do test runs where it'll measure your height, have you go outside where, you usually walk and where you're comfortable holding your phone and adjust to that too.
Yeah.
That way you get everything
Or like just
adjusted.
how you use your phone, and it'll kind
Yeah.
of like adjust to the angles you hold it regularly and stuff like that. And we'll put that all in the app, and the app will figure that out for you. And like I said, the premium case, I assume that, yeah, the mirror will move on its own while you're walking instead of you having to go and manually do it, because it has more functionality since it's hardwired into your phone.
I'm trying to think. Besides that, the only thing is more functionality would be syncing it up with like metro schedules and then maybe weather. So it just warns you if you're out and about, like, hey, rain incoming or hazardous weather warning.
Nah, I don't think those are necessary.
People are going to know. They
Yeah.
can look up at the sky and see.
They have
Probably
they have
right.
another app for that, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
All
They
right.
do.
Well, since I have nothing better, Apple, make this happen. Who cares about those Android users? They're not safe out there. Make
Oh,
make
no.
iPhone users safer than Android users, and make this
Okay.
happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at poundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join join the App Pound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning Make This Happen gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with very special guests that we will announce next week because we're still in the planning stages. But Alex's idea,
which is wrong notebook. Just the right notebook. It's gonna have to do with road trips.
Road trips with a special guest joining us for this road trip. Catch you guys next time.
Special secret guest.